Hello everyone, my name is Shannon, welcome, thank you for being here. Today I'll be guiding you through a 15-minute calming evening flow focusing on releasing tension from your hips. If you have a mat, then lie it out now, and if not, a space and a soft surface will do. We're going to start today's practice standing up. Okay. So standing up now, have a little distance between your legs, arms just hanging down by your sides. We're going to take a couple deeper breaths, some sighs if you feel cool to, and then we'll get flowing. We're going to breathe in through our nose, and it'll be an exhale out through the mouth 3 times round. Here goes. Inhale. Exhale out. Letting the day go with each exhale, and again. Let it go. Last round. Good job. Feel your body soften, grounding through the feet. From here, I'd like you to bring your chin down to your chest. And we're going to slowly start rolling down the spine to come into a forward fold. When you get into your forward fold, don't worry about the legs being straight. Bend your knees as much as you need. And we're going to take a hold of the elbows or the forearms and relax the head down. You can close your eyes if you wish as we feel this tension release from the back. Keeping the breath smooth now. Take one more inhale. And use your exhale to join me in Malasana. This is Yogis squat. We're going to heel toe the feet further apart than they are, keeping the heels pointing in and the toes out. We start to sit bones down to the ground. Now, if you're here with the bum quite high, that's okay. And even if you need to lift the heels a little off the mat, that's okay too. Alternatively, maybe heels are to the ground. Now we're not going to hold here, we're going to keep moving a little bit. So once you're down in this squat, take an inhale. And as you exhale, extend the legs and turn the toes to point forwards, relax the body down. Back to the forward fold. We move in and out a couple more times. Inhale, come to Malasana. Exhale, this is Uttanasana, forward fold. Hands can be resting wherever's comfortable for one more round. Inhale, Malasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. From here, we're going to continue straight on, planting the hands down to the mat and stepping your feet back for your downwards facing dog. Spread through the fingers here. Make sure the hands aren't too close together. The feet are a little closer than the hands. And we're lengthening through the spine. Don't worry if the knees have a bend in them. Prioritize a nice long spine. If you need to have a little wriggle out in your down dog after your day, feel free to pedal the feet, give the head a gentle shake, or maybe even twist the chest one side to the next. Whilst keeping our breath smooth and as best you can, your mind present. Whenever you notice your mind has wandered elsewhere, just gently draw it back. And every moment we notice our mind has gone elsewhere, it's a reminder that we are not our minds. We didn't go anywhere. We are still here. Let's continue. Next inhale, bring your knees down to the mat for tabletop. And exhale, sit your bum to your heels for Alasana. This is your child's pose. Knees are pointing to the sides, arms are reaching forwards. Relaxing the head down here, nice heavy hips. Imagine you're melting any stress from the day down into the earth beneath you. One more smooth round of breath in and out. And then next inhale, rise up and join me in a tabletop position. We're going to be on the hands and knees here, but rather than having the wrists under the shoulders, the wrists are going to be further forwards than the shoulders. And we're going to start to bring the knees together, the inner thighs to touch. And then we're going to windscreen wiper the hips or the outer hips from one side of the mat to the next, like a rainbow shape. Now, maybe moving as I am at this pace is good, or maybe staying one side a little longer, and then the next is better. Listen to the calls from your body. Remember your intention for your practice, why you click start on this video. And from there, bring yourself into the center. We're going to slowly bring ourselves down to the front of your body, press through the hands, start to move the hips downwards towards the ground, lifting the chest, and then bending the elbows, moving slowly if you can, lowering yourself to the front of your body. From here, I'm a little forward on my mat. If you need to, move back. We're going to come to a crocodile pose. So we're going to come to Sphinx arms. We're on the forearms, wrists in front of the elbows, elbows under shoulders. We're going to bring your left knee up to the side. If you can, knee in line with hip, foot in line with knee. And then body is facing the front. We're going to take a few variations on each side here. So from here, let's continue straight on. Take your left arm out in front of you, and we're going to thread your right arm underneath. Bringing right palm of hand up, we'll lay on the right shoulder and stretch the left arm a little more forwards. At any point in the practice you feel called to close your eyes, then invite that with welcome arms, helping you turn a little more inward and away from all the distractions around us. From here, we're going to take your left arm up above the head. We're going to come into a twist on your back. Let the left arm circle towards the ceiling all the way until your chest is facing upwards. Hold here for a breath. And then circle the left arm back over top of the head. Come back to thread needle where we just were. And then extend the right arm out and bring yourself back. Left leg behind the body. Second side, straight away, right leg comes up, knee in line with hip, foot behind the knee. Thread needle again. Right hand forwards, press through the hand, extend the arm, take the left arm underneath, lay onto the left shoulder, creep the right fingers a little further forwards and relax the weight down into the left shoulder. Another breath here. Now the right arm that is up above you does this circle again, all the way up and over, rotating your chest towards the ceiling. Getting a nice juicy twist in the spine. Take a deep breath here. And then circle the arm all the way back, up and over. Bring the right hand in, extend the right leg, bring the left hand in, come back to neutral, lower your body to the ground. We're going to press up through a cobra now, pressing hands into the ground, bend the elbows, lift the chest, and all the way back into your downwards facing dog. Straight away from down dog, we're getting into a lizard lunge on both sides. We'll start with the left foot stepping forwards first, bringing the left foot outside of the left hand. If it doesn't make it there, use the hand to guide it into place. Lower the right knee to the mat, and if you can, relax the right toes. I'm going to give you options here in your lizard lunge. You can stop at any point that feels good, so maybe staying here is already enough today. If you want to go a little further, you could maybe slowly come down to the elbows. Softening the hips. If this left knee wants to go to the side and lift up the big toe, edge of the foot, you're welcome to, as long as there's no pressure on that knee. You can stay here, or you can reach the arms over to the right corner. Over here, another 2 breaths. And then bring yourself back into the center. Hands under the shoulders if you're on the forearms. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, take downwards facing dog. Lift the right knee, step left foot back. Resetting, ready for second side. Big step forwards with the right foot outside of the right hand, lower left knee to the mat. Mirror, if you can, what you took on the first side, unless you have any injuries or ailments that don't allow you to do that. Right toes pointing a little to the side. And the same thing here. Maybe you stay on the hands. Maybe you come down to the forearms. Maybe you take the arms over to the left. Feel the release in the hips. We store a lot of our stress within the hips. And having tight hips can give us a sore back and really affect the rest of the body, of course. Everything is connected, so doing this work will have so many benefits, not just to the hips themselves. Okay, bring yourself slowly back. And then we're going to come into our last downwards facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the left knee, send the right leg back. From here, start to walk your feet, if you're on a mat, into the middle of the mat. If not, just a little forwards. Come back to your malasana, pointing the toes out, the heels inwards. And we're going to sit back down with the hips to the mat. Again, don't worry if you're on the toes or the hips are a bit high. Come down now. Let's hold a couple breaths before we come to sitting in malasana. Reaching knees to the sides. Now, if you're low to the ground, you can simply bring hands behind you and sit. If you're not quite there, then you can just lower one shin at a time and join me on the mat. From here, last little moment, seated, we're going to bring the legs quite wide, maybe it's the width of the mat if you have one. Hands are behind the back. And bring the heels reasonably close in. We're going to let the knees drop down to one side. Go to the left first, as we've been doing that today. And we're going to create two 90-degree angles. Ankle, knee behind you. We're going to internally rotate the back hip and externally rotate the front hip, the left. And then from there, we're going to bring hands behind you. We bring the knees back up. And then over to the right. Create the same shape. Internally rotate, so the left side of the bum comes off the ground. And then from there, bring yourself back up, knees to the ceiling. Shuffle feet closer together, in fact, all the way together, until we're going to come to our Baddha Konasana. We commonly call butterfly pose. We're going to have knees pointing to the sides. We're going to sit on the top of the sit bones. From here, take a hold of your ankles, sit up nice and tall, and decide whether spending the next few breaths sitting here is going to serve you best, or maybe leaning a little forwards to bring some more weight and pressure into the hips. And if your hips are feeling pretty mobile right now, then maybe the hands or the forearms even come down to the ground. And wherever you're at, let's close the eyes and all together take 3 slow breaths. And if you're folding forward, start to guide your body out of that shape. And bring yourself into a comfortable seat. If you're comfortable with crossed legs, you can come there now. We're just going to finish our practice with a moment of stillness. Sitting up tall, relaxing shoulders down, closing the eyes. Keeping the body soft. And for just a moment longer, the mind still here, present. And take a moment to thank yourself for prioritizing your practice. We're going to bring the palms of hands together at the heart center. And take a bow to our heart space. Namaste.